today. There are also decisions that so many of us made years back that changed the course of our lives for another thing. That a lot of you will look back there and say, I wish I have another chance and I can make a different choice. These are life decisions. So, but when it now comes to political decisions that actually affect lives, millions of lives, including your own, you don't gamble with that. No, you don't feel comfortable and joke about that. Even if you want to, sometimes it's always good for you to understand what you are playing with. And you will then maybe stop looking for who to blame for why Nigeria is what Nigeria is, or why your life is what it is right now. So if you want to get those who are behind your rigging, start from that. arrest the chairman. You will see you arrest him. You arrest the chairman. You will arrest the police officers. You go and check everyone who participated in the election at the top level where the real money moved, and then you have the culprits. It's going to be like a mass arrest. And by so doing, you would have arrested the real perpetrators. That alone would have sent a very clear message to those who are always working in that kind of a syndicate. But if you now turn around and say, elections have come and gone, let everybody just move on, let's come together, let us say, and you begin to build cases of lies around what you saw and witnessed one-on-one, fine. But don't turn around and begin to say, God, why? Do you get that? I mean, when you make decisions about your life and things turns around, you do blame yourself and say, man, I wish I did it other way around. Because the criminals, once they get the power, they are going to appoint judges. And judges that are appointed by criminals, there will always be miscarriage of justice. Of justices there. They'll say miscarriage of justice. Injustice will be the order of the day. Justice will be available for the highest bidder because the system that's going to produce them is corrupt. You have used their motion to push corrupt criminals into power, and they will corrupt everything else like they do. So when you need justice, don't go to their court. You will never get justice. No, you won't. Consequence of political decisions. Like when you marry a wrong wife or a wrong husband. You marry a wrong partner. There are many people who have ended up in mental homes because of relationship decisions they made in the past. So why do you think the economic destruction that you are witnessing today, the recession, the destruction, the devaluation of the naira, all of these are possible because criminals are in charge of your institutions. They were meant to protect your interest, but they are not. And your interest is the biggest interest, the interest of millions of you. But they are more interested in protecting the interest of the few. And protecting the interest of the few against the majority, the consequences of that is what you're witnessing today. There is no two way to it. It's not your sin. Wait a minute, I'll drink tea. I'm coming back. Don't go anywhere.
When I hear people declaring for APC, saying that they want to continue the good job of Mr. President, the good job of people dying every day, the good job of naira falling every day, I feel so ashamed that we have gotten to the level where sacrificing, people will come and say, look, I want to continue the good job of Buhari. What is the good job of Buhari? Of hunger is a good job, of poverty is a good job, of insecurity is a good job, of the economy falling is a good job. It's such a shameful thing. I can't believe that somebody will come out in today's Nigeria and say, I want to continue where Mr. Buhari has stopped. May God forgive. May God never allow that people to continue to.
So I was talking about decisions we make And when they come back to haunt us, we should not shy away from the reality. Don't pretend, don't give an excuse. Accept it. By accepting what you got yourself involved in and the consequences that comes with it, there is possibility for restitution. You know, restitution to the column. That thing that you have to like come back to feel kind of, well, I want to repent. I want to change my way and all of that. That's if you have the chance. They will appoint security chiefs who are meant to sit together and discuss the ways of keeping you safe. But when you have crook in charge, compromised people, then you have compromised people in charge of your security. And when you have compromised people who are going to value what their own interest is pretty much all about, is they're going to value their own interest against the interest of the majority. So there you have it. The terrorists can have a leeway, criminals can have a pass, drug dealers and the rest of them can have all they can do. And the damages that all this group are going to unleash on the majority can only best be imagined. Compromised, corrupt people. Sure you get. The corrupt people that you put in government, they are going to appoint people who are going to discuss and determine if your economy is going to be a self-serving piggy bank for the minute elite, or if it's going to be a commonwealth for everyone in the country, that they will accept it. I mean, they will actually experience and enjoy their common patrimony. When you have people with this mentality of, well, I hold this opportunity to a certain group of people, and therefore their interest is paramount, what happened to the interest of the millions of you? What you get is the spread of poverty and crime. So you cannot normalize all of this and expect something beautiful, wonderful to come out of them. No, you didn't plant beautiful thing. When you promote a treasury, when you promote thuggery, criminality, violence, crooked people, and again that power, then the power will be what? It will be used all over you. Now you can't turn around and give excuses or normalize it and begin to say, but they are still trying. I'm just saying, because the consequences of bad leadership is not limited to those who are proposing them or supporting them. Everybody is going to have a share of it. So therefore, my message tonight is mostly for those of you who always find reasons to excuse the bad behavior in Nigeria. Normalizing all the abnormalities. What you are doing is that what you are trying to normalize simply means it is not normal. That's not normal. Cheating is not normal. Stealing is a crime. It's not normal. Manipulation like this is not normal. Now, you can't call them being smart or calling them strategy. Yes, to you is a strategy. Violence is strategy. Looting is strategy. Stealing and oppression is strategy. And you can't wait for your turn. Yeah, you can't keep saying that when you also know that your strategy have consequences. And these consequences will cost life. People will die. People are going to die. And you cannot so nonchalantly say, well, people die anyway. You could be the next one that will die violently for what you are supporting or defending. So sometimes when you kind of have an idea, you cannot normalize what is wrong, like the way you normalize them around you. And then you normalize what is so wrong with your political decisions and the rest. You can't plant this wind and not harvest whirlwind. Hmm? On that. Also, you have the elites who have the culture of keeping quiet because no matter what happened in Nigeria, myself and my family will never feel anything. Are you still living in that world? Eh? Ọ̀rẹ́ mi olówó. Eh? My man, big man, rich man. Mayegun, all these things we are just trying to, anything, nothing with it, if it affects me and my family. Really? Oh, I have some advice for you too. The elite in Nigeria, they are actually the no apology. If you get money for that Nigeria and you are defending nonsense in that country because of what you're benefiting. Now you're looking at people and you're like, oh, these poor people stuff. This is the problem with all these poor people stuff. People are selling their votes. They are selling their vote for 5,000 naira. Mayegun, can you believe that? Auntie, meanwhile, behind the scene, you are a government contractor too, collecting millions, multi-million. And because you see yourself as nobody you are not poor, you are benefiting from the system. So therefore, that is your own excuse. Mayegun, let me tell you something. You see this country, let me tell you, it's not always like, it's not that, auntie. The elite in Nigeria are suffering from something a particular sickness. I'm going to make it up. Sure you get. So let me think. A denial, schizophrenia-related denial syndrome. You know, when people feel like, yes, Nigeria is bad, but it's not that bad. Some people are just lazy every time they complain and complain and complain. And therefore, you see yourself as people who can keep quiet. Because those who are sad about Nigeria are the people who are poor. You are not poor. You can afford everything you want. Your children can have all they want. I mean, what else? God is good. God is good. All the time. I say, oh, auntie, the Lord is good. I say, yeah, all the time, Pastor. I'm happy for you. But you are living in denial of something that can take away all your wealth. Just like that. Nigeria is a place where people believe that you can actually go to bed tonight very, very poor and wake up tomorrow morning very, very rich. They call it wealth without enterprise. So common in Nigeria. Wealth without enterprise. Somebody just received a call the following morning and they just said, come and pick your money, don't ready. And before you know it, within a week, he's already started building a house. He's bought a new car. He can no longer live in that ghetto anymore. People don't like him or people want to kill him now. He's got so much money. Maybe he's now a target and he needs to move on and all that. That's the mentality in Nigeria. Oh, I'm just going to move away. But here is my good news. Well, maybe not so good news for you. There are more like you who became poorer in the last 8 years. They are not politicians, though. Just normal dudes running their normal businesses, making their own normal legit money. Politics, I love this nonsense. I don't. Now only poor people they get time for. I don't have time. 8 years after, they have joined the basket of those poor people that they used to reference before Boko Haram came in. Government, politics can take away everything from you. Just as you go to bed tonight. I saw a video earlier. I don't know if I have the copy here. Still. No, I don't. I should have put up. They were demolishing houses inside the Rockview. What do they call them? Rockview Estate, inside that Jawa Estate. Come and see if I find houses. So people's investment to millions. Houses. So lovely houses. They are demolishing them. They said they built the houses on a pipeline. Somebody sold the land. Somebody approved the land, the building plan and everything. They gave them CFO. But today, on Sunday, when they were going to school, give their usual Thanksgiving in church, government brought bulldozer and they started demolishing all their investment. And you could see the cry, the agony, the indignation of the team. That's Nigeria for you. There is no safety net for anybody. Some of the people who became poorer in the last 8 years, they were people that were doing well. Now, only one sickness took everything away from them. They sold their houses, they sold their cars, they sold everything. They see not well. That's Nigeria for you. Politics can take everything away from you. And everything you think you have, you can begin to spend them just to stay alive. No safety net, nothing. So if you are watching me and you are like, people need to understand, let us pray for Nigeria. Every Sunday I go to church, I make sure I pray for Nigeria. Beleo, Iya Adura. Prophetess mother in Israeli. You are deceiving yourselves. Because you know, if it's all about prayer to make a country work, Nigeria will be better than the rest of the world. Sure you get. You have so much enough that you are exporting religion. Now you are exporting churches. And if you see those ones with bed sheet all over their head, deceiving people up north, where they are meant to say the truth to them, they will turn it into Allah this, Allah that. Famine happened in Jordan. It happened in Saudi Arabia, Medina to Mecca. They no build the road. And this or that. They will try to confuse you when they are meant to let you know that your faith and your religion should never by any means, right, be the political madness in Nigeria should never be interpreted with the religion that you cherish. But they've sucked you into it so as to get you offended. My ego don't go there. I'll be where near. Give me my go where I go everywhere I want. Do you know how that feels? Just go everywhere you want. Say whatever you want to say. Offend people. Sure you get, but don't offend the wrong people. Don't be stupid. Okay? Offending the wrong people is to say horrible things that are not true about people just because you want to upset them. I don't do that. You only get upset when you feel so attached to the criminals who have used religion to make you think that you have something in common. You don't have anything in common. You are just a pawn that they use all the time. Are you with me? That you have it. You have your house. You have your car. Your children can go abroad for holiday. What else do you want from God? Nigeria go better one day. I just believe that. Oh, yeah. Do you? Right. It doesn't work that way. Sir, ma, it doesn't work that way. The politics and what it can do to you, or in fact, the politics and what politics have done to Nigeria are so enough for you to understand the gravity of defending what is eventually there that will take away everything you value. That's what they do. And that's why they call it a turn by turn. Nigeria Limited. Turn by turn, Nigeria Limited. Because at the end of the day, if you pay attention very well, somebody, somewhere, is looking for a space in that your mind or your heart, in that your head, where they can manage to sneak in one horrible lie that will be so difficult for you to reject. You will swallow them hook, line, and sinker, including when they use that religion to say God chooses leaders. That is so wrong. Very wrong. To normalize abnormality, and they use religion to hoodwink you into believing it. Then they said, listen, my brother, nobody can become anything in this life except God says that person must be it. Really? So if I choose to start bombing places now, and I become Osama Bin Laden, because Bin Laden don't die. But my always say, my yegun Osama Bin Laden. You go say, now God choose me to become murderer, killing people, bombing people, and all of that. Would you say that? No. No, don't change it. Don't bring up that hypocrisy, please. I just wanted you to see how you have been manipulated, how you have stylishly believed some horrible, misleading information that some of you are finding difficult today to drop. In fact, you are finding it offensive to even discuss it. But for me, Mayegun, I will discuss it. I will take you that route. Don't worry. You are coming with me. God chooses leaders. Mayegun, let me tell you something. You cannot say you don't know this. God is the one that always, hello. You know that's not true. Abi, would you say? Now, so God hates Nigeria. Rich? I don't have any religion. I'm not religious, okay? But I respect your faith. Seriously, I do. I respect everything everybody believes in. You know what I don't respect is when you begin to use what you believe to manipulate all of us that can see clearly, that can separate lies from truth, facts from fiction. It is insulting to us. So if you want us to respect your faith, Baba, you have to respect our own sensitivity too, our sensibilities too. Don't insult our intelligence. Have it at the back of your mind. And it is called mutual respect. If God is choosing leaders, have you asked yourself, shey God hates Nigeria ni? Shey God hates you ni? The same God that has been so good to you. The Lord is good. All the down. The Lord is good all the time. Have you ever heard that the God is bad all the time? Have you heard that before? Shey God hates you. Have you asked yourself, like, spiritually? Oh my guy. I got with the speaker. It's a 1 second.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
what
shall I say? Thank you,
Rekete, Rabba. Those of you who are so close to God, who hear from God all the time, shey God hates Nigeria. A lot of you have cooked up so many conspiracy lies. Mayegun, if you see the evil that people are doing every day in this, the sin in this country, Mayegun, have you been to hotel? If it is small girls where they do ashewo, Mayegun, even God is angry with this Nigeria. If you see people where they do ritual, people where they kill people, all those things, nothing where they do for Nigeria, where you they call sin, go reach, waiting America, UK, NATO, and the rest of all these people where they say they just want one reason to smoke everybody out of everything, right? If God want to be angry, now them is supposed to be angry with say that they destroy in creation. Sure, you know. Say, they say God created us in his image, and everything God created was good. Abi, is that not what the Bible said? How come that the Bible that said that the Lord will hear the cry of the righteous? He will hear the cry of the righteous, and he's going to fight for them. You know what I'm saying, faithfully. Shey so God hates Nigeria rich. When can they give you the akudayas, the plutocracy, generotocracy, kleptomaniac, opportunist, scavengers, pickpocket, and the rest of all those geriatric, septuagenarian, crooks. So God ate on a rich? Because that's what you ask me. Because if I get one-on-one with God right now the question I go ask me that. Say, yes, you. What do you want to say? My name is Mayegun. I am the GO of the Temple of Truth. Baba, may I? Father, may I? Say, yeah, go on, my son. Sir, sure you know this map. Say, yeah, that should be Nigeria. Now one of my colonial thug created that time. Is that not Nigeria? I say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Nigeria. Yes, sir. You have any personal beef with this map? Where people don't know. That's one question I will ask God. Yeah, if I was you who talk to God all the time, that's the question you should be asking. And I bet you, listen, this is not blasphemy. I bet you, if you want to be honest, if you hear from that God, he will tell you, I no create Nigeria, my son. No be me create Nigeria. Are you with me? He will answer you. If you want to be sincere and honest, God will be like, my son, my daughter, I did not. I no get hand. My hand no day. I know a lot of people are blaming me. A lot of people are asking, why? God, why? God, why? But Baba, see, the network between that your Nigeria and this place, it no near. It be like El Salvador. I don't want you to keep laughing. I want you to get serious too, please. Like, sit down there and just think about that. Like, have you asked God, like, if God actually choose leaders, as they have used religion to pin you down and say, don't question it. Are you God? Are you God? Say you are God. You need God is the omnipotent, this and that. Of course, yes. Within the space of your faith. Please don't bring people that you realize that their emergence is through criminality. It's so obvious. Don't bring God into it. Don't turn it into make God just fix them. You don't normalize abnormality and expect the God that is magician. God is not magician. That's what I've been told. God is not magician, Mayegun. I said, yeah, I believe that. Because the day I was caught, taking agbado from the school farm in Odogbolu, I was in primary school, a little boy. And, we usually go out there and we are going to plant all the farm. We're going to be there weeding and cleaning all the farm. And when it is time for harvesting, right, we'll go there as well. We'll harvest the farm and we will see the teachers. They will be sharing the agbado. They'll be sharing everything. And all of us, I know. I mean, I don't think I was more than 9 years or 8 years old or 9 years. So one day I just returned back to my primary school farm, carry my school bag, pluck some agbado, some maize. I plucked them, I put them in my bag. And I said, this is my own reward for working on this farm in this school. As I was walking out, one teacher saw me. I ran. When I ran, hey, Badero, I saw you. Badero, I have seen you, Badero. I ran away. When I go home, my great-grandma of blessed memory, she was a Muslim. Sheyi, go and do your ablution and come and pray. I will run away. I don't want to do it. But on my way home, I was like, my own is over. They will beat the hell out of me in that school tomorrow. Suddenly, when I go home, I didn't have appetite to eat the maize that I took from the school farm. I didn't have the appetite anymore. I started getting worried. As the hour continued to go down, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evening, 9 o'clock, almost bedtime, I just decided to go and do ablution. Let me talk to God. Maybe God can just avert this. And then they won't beat me tomorrow in school. I did the ablution. I decided to do nafila, asked for forgiveness. I won't forget this. I was a boy. So I sat in our living room in Odogbolu and I started praying. I started praying to Allah to change the mind. That teacher that saw me, she forget what happened. She should not remember again. Allah, I beg you. I know I've made a mistake. I will never do this again. If you can save me from this one, please, please. A little boy. I was so determined. The following day, me, the brightest boy in school, brightest boy, I developed sickness. Like I wasn't feeling well. I couldn't go to school. You don't go to school today? I don't know. No, I'm not feeling well. I cannot go to. Okay, stay. Then don't go to school. So when the children got to school the following day, so I was like, may God should not let that teacher remember. I pray, Allah, please. I pray very early in the morning, even though I was pretending not to be well. It was around 2:00 in the afternoon. Or children now. I just saw this about 6-7 children who were supposed to be my classmates. They just branched in our house. Badero, is it true that you stole agbado from the school farm yesterday? Mrs. Oseni said that we should tell you to come to school tomorrow. That the principal said you must come to school tomorrow. They were passing in front of our house, so they were screaming. Badero, is it true that you took maize? You stole maize from... I was like, Allah no answer me. Allah no answer me. Despite the fact that I cried, I did everything. I recited all of the Quranic verses that I could remember. Allah did not remember. My mother heard. She was like, Kiloshe, what did he do? Remember, the agbado I brought to me, I no get appetite again. That one I don't drop them somewhere. Because I wanted to take back from the system that I felt like was shortchanging me as a little boy. How could I be working on a farm? And at the end of the day, I will never taste from the maize of the farm. If I touch it, it's a crime. I must be beaten blue-black. Now, my mama take me to school the following day. So, yeah, Lord, what show her? I just lost school in here. We are going together this morning. So it was because you stole maize. That's why I didn't steal it. I was just now mechanic you go do at the end of the day. See how you ruin your life. You see how you destroy your life. Mechanic. After we go to your school this morning, if they say don't come again, now mechanic, we are taking you to Odo Lions Boy, the person that was the prominent mechanic in Odogbolu at the time, where they always took stubborn boys. They took them there. It was called Lion Boy. Lion Boy, or the Lion Boy, mechanic. I won't forget the beating. They beat the hell out of me. Seriously. And from that moment, as a little boy, I started realizing that actions have consequences. It is either I learn how to cover my ass very well, or I never get involved at all as a little boy. Show you guys. So consequences, choices, and the rest of them, right? They are to tell you that not even God can change the punishment or the consequences of your action. No matter how much you think you are smart, you are not smart. Therefore, don't use God to cover up the failure of criminals, even when you are a victim too. Do you get that? You don't normalize abnormalities. Bamishe, help me. Help me do this. Help me do that. Where you are sitting for professional examinations that will eventually lead to you handling life situation, people's lives. Then you compromise that learning, and there you are. The people's lives are now in your hands, and then people are now dying like chicken. Beep. They see, now the enemies don't want me to succeed. They have started killing all my clients. No, they are not killing your clients. You cut corner, and you can never cut corners, right? And, make a clear headway, so to say. You can't. And that's why my preaching tonight is all about all of you who are making different decisions and you are looking for the excuses to get away from taking responsibilities. Please think about what I said. You will be responsible for everything you do. No matter how much you love to blame game. You see, look at APC. They love blame game. They blame everyone and everything. Why Nigeria is experiencing the worst of the worst in decades, they continue to blame everyone else, not themselves. And if you don't take responsibility, you can never change. So if you look at me today and you're like, Oju mi olebo, I am your teacher. I am your conscience. I am somebody that will get you thinking. And possibly, I am that voice that is going to help you to understand what you have actually gotten yourselves involved in, including your position where the interest of majority is concerned, right? What is your position? Do you excuse the crime of few to spite the majority, thinking you are, of course, you are not going to be affected? Of course, you're going to be affected. Everyone is going to be affected. But I do something on my Ekun's Diary Political by letting people know that they can manage their expectation. Now, if you manage your expectation, there's possibility that you won't be so disappointed. And even if you're going to be disappointed, it's going to be like a controlled disappointment, not the kind one that always kind of be like, oh my God, I can't breathe. I can't believe that's happened to me. No. Once you manage your expectations, I have seen what is wrong with Nigeria. It is beyond the criminals that are holding the levelers of power. It's beyond them. It involves those of you who, out of your own selfishness, ignorance, you have decided to continue to reinforce failure without considering the self-sabotage, the self-injury that this is to you in the long run. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today. So that's all I have to say. You see, I didn't go on and then bashing you, Abi. I hope what I have said today will get you thinking. And at the same time, it will also help in your future decisions. Get to be those who take responsibilities. Those who are going to deny you electricity, deny you security, destroy your economy, ruin your job industry, promote a terrorism industry, and in fact, dip Nigeria into indebtedness. They have no responsibility to you. And because they don't, should be enough concern for you. Because the consequences of it all is whether you support them, whether you are supporting them, or you are not. Whether you are mocking others in order to empower them. The truth of the matter is that you are also a potential victim, including themselves too. So just maybe this can get you thinking or not. I am thinking of taking calls tonight. I think I should. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea. And when I get back, I'll take calls. So you can still like that broadcast. We are currently over 2,000 of us on YouTube. Quite a number. So thank you, all of you. And on Facebook, I think we currently have about just 200 people. I know. Facebook suddenly told me that for the next 90 days, if I see 100 people, they watch Mayegun, those are the 100 people who say, somehow, they can't do without Mayegun. So they have to go and search for Mayegun if it's live or not. Facebook is undermining my page. Join me on YouTube. I am just about 19,000, in fact, 18,800 from 100,000. And on my Facebook, I have over 500,000 followers, over 500,000. Then you'll be wondering, how come it's only about 200 people there? Facebook. Mark Unsuka Bagi. Olofo ni Maki. So for whatever it is, join me on YouTube and you can also call in and contribute to this conversation tonight, okay? on TikTok. I have my friends there too. And I think they said I've logged the comments. Somehow they can't comment. So, well, fair enough that we have enough who stayed back to watch, okay? So I'll take few calls when I get back. So let me go make a cup of tea. Don't go anywhere. So.
What are we do today? Today, I will live up my voice in space. Oh, yeah, what I know. You are always there for me. Yeah. Oh, my God. You are my only Lord. Forever when they say.
70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
Continue. 70 years old man.
And the shake, leg the shake. If Baba will know well. Hello there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
All hail Biafra. All do the what?
All hail Biafra, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing a little tiddy. One day. Yes. Yeah. How's the family?
Well, we're good, man. We're good. How you doing?
Good. I'm pretty good.
Thank you.
It was a rainy day here in New Jersey, so
is it?
We just managing, yes.
Well,
but want to keep it short. Continue the good work, keep pushing the truth, and it's one by one we're going to sanitize all the minds of those that disbelieve of what is coming. I agree with everything that you said today. From the so-called elites to the poorest, everyone, we're all poor in that contraption. It's like playing Russian roulette or spinning the wheel. You might get shot today, or you might get shot tomorrow. One way or the other is going to affect you. So that's all I just wanted to say, just to chime in a little bit. My ego, please tell me you need to open up this Rumble platform. You need to open up other platforms. So since they're attacking you on Facebook, they're gonna come after your YouTube next.
I know.
So if you can create like a text message list when you're coming online, you send it out and send notification to people, that would be great. Sure. So we cannot miss out on this message. It's very important. It's very vital for us to hear what you need to say for a lot of these people, because though for us, we're awakened, we know what's going on, but many needs to be woken up. So your message is very strong, positive, and we need it. So we have to cover all ground, because the attacks are going to come. These people are not going to rest. They're coming. Please. You have to expand.
I appreciate your concern, and indeed, we will be prepared when that time comes. So thank you so much. Okay. Oil Biafra, Oil Odudua.
Yes, sir.
You have a good one, Baba. So I'll take another call. Here we have hello there.
Yes, sir. My guy.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, this is Prince from Canada.
Prince from Canada. Baba, how are you doing today?
Prince from Canada, yeah. Baba, I'm good.
Beautiful.
I've been following you for...
Please. Go on.
Yeah, I've been following you for years now.
Thank you.
Consistency. Very, very consistency. Very, very, very. So what I'm going to tell you is keep the flag flying. Okay? Keep the flag flying. We Igbos, we support you. Yoruba support you. That positive people support you. So we are majority.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
We are majority. So keep the flag flying. We are with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So the Prince from Canada wanted to encourage me, and he just did. So many people as well saying that you need to keep it on. We don't want this voice to be shut down. And then I believe that it will never be shut down. Trust me, I strongly believe that. With you, hello there.
Hello, Baba, you going home now?
Well, Adeo, how you doing, bro?
I'm blessed, thank you. How about you? How's your family?
I am very well, thanks for asking. Everyone is fine.
Fantastic. I go straight to the point.
Please.
You see, I've been looking at the whole issue. But to begin with, we have to commend you for the good work you're doing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, and God bless you for that.
Amen.
Where the message will be spread without any doubt. Looking at, at the end of the day, our expectation is that the real thing happen. And what's the real thing? To get rid of all these thieves that are stealing from both north, west, south, and east. So my calculation is, like our expectation, that when will the revolution, when will it start?
Well, a lot have told us that it is going to be spontaneous. And according to what people are saying, right, the situation is getting even worse now. And indeed, it is imminent as well. But everything is still like, in the pipeline. The worse it gets, the likelihood of it being triggered. Except those
fingers crossed.
Change courses. Yeah, go on.
Fingers crossed. The way I look at it is that a mini revolution. This is my analysis. I would like you to correct me if I'm wrong, and and your viewers.
Of course.
Yes, this is my analysis. What happened? Number one, there's two issues here. Number one, poverty is striking the nation so hard that who are those people who are going to stand up, to fight these people? They're using the military and the police to oppress the people. That's one part of it. The second part is the one that will have speed up this revolution will be the North-South divide. You see, the South needs to be in harmony. They need to be in harmony. And let's face it, the way Nigeria was brought up together was the amalgamation of the North and the South.
Yes.
The South used to be an entity before it was merged with Nigeria. But what they've done is, after the unification of Nigeria, they now make sure they divide the South along the along the ethnic line, and that has been the issue among us. And you can see, if you see in Lagos where we have the unity during this just before the election, they saw that we've had has created a threat for the elite. They were scared to death. Then now they saw the unity among the Igbos and the Yorubas. They were going to lose Lagos, even the presidency. And that's what we need. So their next calculation is to make sure they divide Igbo and Yoruba as much as they can. And they will do, or they will try.
Well, I think
they will try. And I'll tell you why.
Because if they are going to succeed, they should be by now. Some of the people that resisted them have been the same Igbos and Yorubas who have kind of tried to push back on those narratives that would have served the interests of these people. Because this backlash of it is what we are dealing with right now. The fact that they actually attempted to divide Yorubas and Igbos politically for their gain, the backlashes is what we are now dealing with today. That people are now saying that this was so unbelievable. And it's just kind of arousing people's mind that something dangerous is cooking. If we don't address it, if we don't stop it, it's going to consume us. So I think one way or the other, it didn't work the way they planned it. Because they have been so defensive since then. If you see some of them, they have been so defensive. Anytime you are trying to say, you are a bastard, are you not a Yoruba? Can't you stand with your Yoruba brother? That means it's not working. And you see some Igbos that will stand up and say, no. Hey, listen, this one is all this APC thugs. Yorubas are not like this. Which means the propaganda didn't really work the way they planned. No thanks to social. All thanks to social.
It's important. Media. It's important, absolutely. If it were not for social media, it would have been a different story altogether.
It would have been a different one.
So, absolutely. So my calculation is, if they swear Kolo now, they will adopt. Yeah, they will adopt some strategy in order to make sure they. And I'll tell you what, it's in the interest of those people in the north to ensure that the South don't gel together, and they will do all they can to make sure that I want to believe that we're going to be wrong on this, but where you come in is you are really sending a very powerful message, and I'm hoping that people will be able to, similar platform, will be able to carry the same message, just like yourself. Anyway, I'll keep it short. Well done, bro.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Yep,
have a great day.
And you too. You have a good one, okay? Thank you so much. All
right,
for stopping by. I have another person on the line here. Hello there. Did I not pick up that call? I think I did. Okay, I'll take this and hopefully that will work.
Hello. Hey. Hello, my good general.
Hello there, the Prince Judgeman.
Baba, who the hell?
Wait, I had a prince yesterday. I had this prince. Then I had you after. Today again, I'm having the first prince, Canada, and another prince from Biafra. How you doing, Prince Judgeman?
Baba, my time of prince. I do okay. Are you?
Well, I'm very well too, Baba. Thank you.
Well done for today's message. Everybody share. I beg. Make na share. Like.
Thank you.
I beg. Now the thing. I beg. When I spread this message, today's message they're powerful. You see, Baba, confession brings possession. Okay. So as you are dishing out this message, they go far, Baba. You see, people will close their mouth. If you close your mouth too much for so long, you go begin to the smell. That's why we are telling people to speak up. Speak up. Because for Nigeria don't show us say high education, no be high sense. They hear me, Baba?
I do with you.
Now professors gather themselves, conduct this election. We go kill their children. But God, they do everything for our own good. Everything that they do, they expose the nyash of Nigeria every day. and they lead us to one thing, liberation. Because the water it don't reach where it don't boil, there for boiling point now. And then they know. That's all this thing where you see color they do patch and patch. All this ceremony you see they are entering a defense house. All those things are just come a flag to weaken the spirit of the people. So nobody should look at all this their distraction. Everyone should focus on liberation. Because without revolution there can never be solution. Let everyone know that. We are hollering with a shout. Follow my good shout for in program. Thank you for this your platform.
Thanks.
That is giving people like us voice to also contribute, to what is happening. My ego, along the line of your message tonight, I want to drop one secret. I noticed when I was in Nigeria.
Yes.
You know that at a point I met one trader. This trader, because he has a brother in the ministry, a senior man in the ministry. Okay, so this is brother in the senior man in the ministry. For him not to, that was a time of employment. So the slot was there. Instead of them, people, when there is time for employment, they will announce that people should come and they apply, all this and that. Millions of people will go there. What they do is that people like that guy I met is a trader. Because one of his brother is a senior man in the ministry. He gave him many slots. Some are 500 million, some are 300 million. Mistake. Some are 500,000, some are 300,000 as of then. No, do you understand? So what they do is that people that need the job, want that job, you have to go to somebody who is not part of the ministry, that doesn't know anything about ministry. Selling will be the one that will be collecting the money, giving you slots to go into the ministry. So all the millions of people who brought their letter or go and queue for employment, they are just wasting their time. Are you getting me? These are the rot that is in the system, in Nigerian system. In some cases, some people even at the end of the day, when you finish paying that money, you will not even get a position. The most vulnerable among this system, this racket, is even our women. Our women, most of them, even those that are married, they slept with them. I get it. Those men that are top men that are in the ministry, they have to sleep with them. And after sleeping with them, some of them, they will get a job. Many of them won't get a job. I get it, me.
And they won't even be able to come out and say, that man slept with me, and they didn't give me the job. Some of them are like, some are young, some are housewives that they have been taken advantage of. But to them, they're like, well, it's all normal. That's what they do. Thank God that, he didn't even do it more than twice. If you see that of my own friend, now like 10 times he do he still no give him the job. She don't tell her husband. Like, why? How do people normalize that? Rape, sexual assault, and the rest of that because of, so normalizing things spread across. And a lot of people live with that, they live with that disappointment, that heartbreak, secretly, that they can't even share them.
Honestly.
So,
one Nigeria has destroyed the psyche of Nigerian people, destroyed their humanity. This one Nigeria that we are in. Do you know that Mayegu, we are talking about the kidnapping and the killing of the herdsmen. Do you know that ordinary malaria and typhoid, if they tell you the number of people they kill every year in Nigeria is more than the one they kill with the gun. I'm telling you, Mayegu General. When I was
because probably don't even know.
I'm telling you, some people die in Nigeria because of 500 naira, just 1,000 or 1,000 naira to buy medicine.
And they die.
I'm telling you, people die. Some, they just pray. They go to church, no money to this thing, to even buy medicine. They go to church to pray. so that God
they
can
water for them. They said they should drink the water. They'll be asking them, "Are you getting better now? Are you getting better after you drank that prayer water?" They will say, "Yes, I'm getting better." But so many people have normalized that. They're like, in fact, Baba, in the movies, they will say the doctors can't treat you. They need to take you back home so that they can use the, SALA. So they can use the other spiritual thing to cure you. And we've normalized that as well.
It's terrible. My ego, see people in Sudan, the one that we are talking about yesterday. Them, what we have to say is that they should. It's one of those things because you used to say it. You used to say it on this program. Until Nigeria happened to you, you will not understand.
No, you will not even.
I get it because
something is wrong.
You will even think that you are there today. You are making it. You are all right. Pam, Nigeria will happen to you.
And
the world will completely change. Every world will completely change. You know.
You think it's some evil people who wanted to make you poor. No, you have been living a lie. You have been living like something is not wrong or something is not happening. Now, when it happens to you, you are now looking for the evil people who took away all your money, who took away your marriage, who took away your business, who took everything. But meanwhile, everything is actually like living on borrowed time right now in Nigeria.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. My good general, on final note, and now the Kano, we are told that they are coming to court on the 11th of May.
That's right.
Yeah. Where I'm using this medium because Fulani Janjaweed, they watch your